Today class inheritance and partitioning actually, okay? Inheritance and partitioning. So normally when we will go for partitioning, for example, one bigger table is there. It has 12 months data, okay? One bigger table is there. It has 12 months data, January to December. Maybe per month it's 10 GB. So almost 12 months 120 GB, right? If I am selecting data, select star from employee table where joining date something January 12 something. So even though I'm selecting data from only January, still it will scan the whole table. Whole table, all 12 months data it will scan. Then it will get the data for January data. So no point, right? January data, it's a 1 month data. But unnecessarily it is scanning 12 months data. So for that reason, we have got the solution partitioning. That means whatever the data I have, right? 12 months data, I will divide it like a pieces. 12 months data, 12 pieces. That pieces we will call it as a partitions, okay? Partitioning. So if I want to select the data from January data, I will do the select star from employee where joining date something. So still I'm fetching data from main table, but internally main table will scan the data from only January data. So my optimizer no need to scan all the 11 months data. Only 1 month data if it scans enough. So it's very faster. That is the reason to improve the faster performance, we will go with the partitioning. Okay, bad thing in PostgreSQL earlier, until PostgreSQL 10 version, there is no partition by keyword. Oracle SQL you have partition by keyword, right? That keyword not there in the PostgreSQL. So then if you go to any interview, if you say I have worked on PostgreSQL 9 and 10, then definitely they will ask, do you know how to do the partitioning in PostgreSQL 9.6 version? So like that they will ask the questions. Why they are asking? The complete process is different in the version 9. They use it to achieve partitioning until 10 version. As there is no partition by keyword, they have a concept called inheritance and trigger and function based partitioning. That means complete manual partitioning. Okay, nothing is automated. Complete manual partitioning until PostgreSQL 10 version. So as part of partitioning, they used inheritance. If you remember last time I told, we will cover inheritance later, like that I told, right? Today I am covering the inheritance. Inheritance means, for example, if your father has 1 crore rupees, as a son, what is your property? How much is your property? 1 crore only. Your father property, your property, right? For example, as a son, if you earn another 50 lakhs, what is your total property? 1 crore 50 lakhs. For example, as a son, you have wasted a 1 crore rupees. Then your father balance will become 0, right? So this kind of thing. Deriving properties from existing one, we will call it as a inheritance. Deriving properties from existing one, we will call it as a inheritance. For example, if you have one doubt in, for example, MBBS syllabus, you are studying law, maybe you have a doubt in one MBBS thing. For that, you no need to study MBBS from scratch. If you have one known friend, you can get the details from your known friend, right? Unnecessary time waste if you want to study again from scratch. So like that here also. For example, see, I have one employee table. Let me come here. I have one employee table. This is the employee table. So employee table has 2 columns, okay? 2 columns. One is employee number, employee name, okay? Employee number, employee name. So Each column has maybe employee number as 50 GB data, employee name as 50 GB data. So now one more guy creating one table. Employee salary, maybe employee details, something. In the table they need actually same employee number, same employee name, extra actually employee address, something like that. Okay, address. So in that case, same 50 GB for employee table, same 50 GB for employee name, another 50 GB for employee address will come actually. But first two columns complete duplicate. Whatever the data you have in this table, it will come to here as well. So unnecessarily we are maintaining duplicate copy, right? So what can I do? Instead of creating these two, you can inherit which table? Inherit employee table, two columns, create one extra column here, create one extra column here. Okay, extra column here. Remember this one. Which column? Extra column employee address. Okay, employee address column extra. Remaining two columns, whatever the data you are inserting here, automatically it will populate here. Whatever the modifications you are doing here, automatically it will populate there actually. This concept we will call it as a inheritance. Inheritance. Okay, inheritance, it's a OOPS concept, object oriented programming language, Java OOPS concept actually. Okay, Java OOPS concept deriving properties from existing one. We will call it as a inheritance. Okay, parent child relation. Parent child relation, I'm saying clearly. See, come here. PSQL. Right now I have a lot of tables. I don't want to bother about that. So let me create one table first. See, create articles table. See carefully. Create table articles. 3 columns I am creating. Create table articles. 3 columns. In article ID, title, content. 3 columns are there, right? Now, what I will do, I will create a one more table. Create table article W tags. Can someone tell me this table how many columns it will create? I'm creating new table, W tags. So tags column, text data type. It is inheriting articles table. How many columns it will come? 4. 4. Why 4? I am inheriting articles table. So 3 columns. Extra 1 column creating, right? Total 4 columns will come. See, ID, title, content, tags. Now see, I will create one more table, WO tags. See here, work order tags I'm creating at the same time inheriting articles table. Anyone can guess how many columns? This one, WO tags. Sorry? 3. Exact 3. Why you are not creating any extra columns, right? Okay. Like this, I can inherit it. Same columns I can inherit. At the same time, I can create the extra columns as well. Okay.
Yeah, but Ram, this feature is not in Oracle. It is only
inheritance. Everywhere it's there. Inheritance. Partitioning different.
partitioning is
Inheritance everywhere is there. Every database is supporting anyway.
okay.
So see here, parent to child table relation, every database supporting. Yeah. So I created the table. Now see, for example, if you remember last time PG inherits one metadata table I told, right? PG inherits. This will give all the parent child table details. See, select OID relation name from PG class where OID in select inheritance relation ID. It will print all the child tables. Right now, what are the child tables? W tags and WO tags. I want to get the parent table. See, inherent parent, right? That is the column name. See, you can get the parent table. Parent table, child table, both I can get from PG inherits. If you want more details actually, if you want more details, see /D plus articles table. So articles table, how many child tables are there? Child tables are there, right? Okay. This is the way you can use the PG inherits one. You have a parent table and child table. Just empty tables. Insert data, we'll see. I'm inserting data into one of the child table. One of the child table, not parent table. I'm inserting in another child table. Two child tables I'm inserting data. First one W tag, WO tags. So second one W tags, right? Select star from WO tags. Select star from W tags. See, W tags contain four records, 4 columns. WO tags contains 3. So now my parent will contain how many columns? Anyone has idea? Same 3 columns only, but whatever the records inserting by child 1, whatever the records inserting by child 2, both will be printing, right? Okay. See, I have not inserted into parent, but still data displaying in the parent actually. So, for example, if you make some changes in the parent, see, update parent table, this content column I want to change it. See, articles, wherever content 3, content 4 is there, right? It's changed like that printing. So if you make changes to the parent, it will reflect to child. If you make changes to the child, it will reflect to the parent actually. For example, if you have decided to, hey, I don't want to inherit the table, I don't need any existing features, okay? Anytime you can remove it. See, alter table, W tags, no inherits actually. No inherit, you can take the table. B plus articles. See, articles table only one child table, right? Earlier 2 child tables, so now only 1 child table. Later actually, see, this is the way I can do that. Again, I can add it also. See, alter table name, inherit articles. Okay, I can remove it. I can add it actually. Okay, this is the way we can do the inheritance, child table and parent table relation. Why I covered this one? Why I covered this inheritance concept? Any idea? What purpose I covered this one? Partitioning purpose, right? How we use it to achieve the partitioning with inheritance. So see now, let me drop all these tables just to avoid the disturbance. Drop table, easy bench, colors. Okay, all gone. One of the tables are there. Now I'll do one thing. See, partitioning, how I am matching with the inheritance concept, we'll see. First, I am creating one table, logs table. Okay, logs, create table logs. Logs means your audit log, for example. What is happening, who is connecting, that kind of details. See, select star from logs. Logs table has actually just 2 columns. One is created at, other one content. Now, by inheriting this table, I will create lot of child tables. We'll see. First one, quarter 1, first 3 months, next 3 months, after 3 months, 1 year, 4 quarters, right? January to March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, 3 quarters. See, for example, I'm doing like this. 2022, Jan 1st to March 31st. All quarters, okay. So first table, quarter 1 table, create table, logs quarter 1. Clearly I'm mentioning condition. Check constraint. If created at column between Jan 1st and March 31st, that is the condition. If anyone trying to insert the April data into quarter 1 table, it will fail actually. So at the same time, it is inheriting which table? See here at the last, it is inheriting logs table. At the same time, you create 4 quarters of 4 tables. We'll see. Just check constraint mentioned. At the same time, I'm inheriting which table? Parent table. So this is the way you can first create the 4 tables with a perfect condition. So see, logic is main. Jan 1st to March 31st, April 1st to June 30, July 1st to September 30. October 1st to December 31. Okay. Total 4 tables. Now we check D plus logs table. Logs table is the parent table. Remaining 4 are child tables, right? We'll see. This part, okay. Just tables created. Always best practice. Earlier, not now. From 10 onwards, PostgreSQL 10 onwards, strategy changed. I will show you. Earlier, see, every child table we need to create an index. Earlier, now that bad thing not there. If you create index on the parent table, automatically index creating on the child table as well. No need to create manually. But earlier, not like that. PostgreSQL until 10. So this approach manual. See, each and every child table I created index, right? How you do one thing? Tables are there. Can someone tell me? For example, if anyone is, if you are good in development, if I am inserting data into logs table, insert into logs table, some value I given, what will happen? What will happen? It will appear in any child table or not? First question.
Yes, it will.
In which child table? For example, if I am inserting a February data.
Depend upon created date.
Huh?
Depend upon created date.
Okay, Jan 2nd I inserting. Jan 2nd date.
Q1, it will go to Q1. Logs
Will it go directly?
Q1.
Will it go directly? Anywhere I mentioned like that?
It will go directly because based on the check constraint, it will select where to.
How come it will go? If I insert data into every table, it will appear. If I do select star from logs Q1, logs Q2, logs Q3, everywhere, it's open actually, but due to check constraint, it will not allow. So none of the table will not allow. Whatever the data you have in the parent table, it will appear for all child tables, right? Normally. If you are inserting into child table, it is child table specific. But if you are inserting into parent, it is common for all the sons, right? But here, that complete strategy is wrong actually. So nowhere I am mentioning the logic. If anyone inserting data into parent table, if the data falls between Jan 1st and March 31st, you should go to Q1 only. Like that, nowhere I am mentioning, right? So what I need to do? Earlier, as there is no partition by keyword, see here what I am going to do. I am creating a trigger. Yes, see, until 10 version, there is no partition by keyword. I am creating a function, create or replace function, function name. It should return the trigger. What I am doing, if condition, created at Jan 1st, 2022, Jan 1st and 2022, March 31st. If created date between, okay, then it will insert into which table? Q1 table. Else if created date between 2022 April 1st to 2020 June 30, insert into Q2. Or else 2022 July September, insert into Q3. 2022 October 1st to 2022 December 31st. Okay. Let me create the function. I created a function /dfc, just function created for your information. Function and my table don't have any relation. Okay, just a function created. Now what I need to do? I need to integrate function and trigger. Okay, I need to integrate this function and this function and this table I need to integrate. For this, how I can do that? Very simple. Before that, you can check /df. It will print out the list of functions, right? This /df. And one more thing, if you want function definition, select pro namespace pro source from pgproc where pro name equal to onlog insert. See, you can get the function definition like this one from pgproc table. Last time I told we will cover later. So this is the one. pgproc will give all procedures to functions details. Okay. Now see, I will create one trigger. Create a trigger name before insert on logs table. If anyone inserting data into logs table, For each row, it will execute which procedure? Your function. It will execute your function. See, if anyone inserting data into logs table, immediately it will call that function. This function contain logic. According to that logic, data will be inserted, right? See, select star from PG trigger. If you remember last time, this one also I told pending. I created trigger as well, right? See, PG trigger. Trigger details will be printed here. Now, I will insert the data. See, for example, I am inserting data 2022. 22. Okay, I'm inserting some data into the logs table. See here, I have inserted data into logs table. But the child tables now. If you go with a parent table, logs C /X, you see parent table contain all months data. But if you go with a logs underscore Q1, quarter one only February, March, quarter 2 only April, quarter 3 only July, quarter 4 only October. Okay, like that monthly data divided. Who is divided? My trigger is there. My trigger integrated with function. My function has the logic, right? That is the way my data splitting. For example, if I am inserting data which is not part of the this one. Okay, for example, 2023 I am inserting. Let's see here. What will happen if 2023? 2023, the mentioned condition not there, right? So what is the error? We'll see. It should throw error. It should not allow the value. Why? It's not there in your logic, function logic. See, created at date out of range, right? So insert will be failed actually. Remember this one. If your data if your data not in the range, it will throw error. Okay, like that I use it to create. This good approach, do you think? Creating function, creating trigger, integrate the table, this and all to achieve simple partitioning, is it a good or bad one? It's a bad one. Correct, right? If you see Oracle MS SQL, simply they are giving partition by one column name, they are giving the condition. That's it. Why these functions and triggers? So that is the reason PostgreSQL realized and they introduced the automatic partitioning like Oracle and MS SQL. They introduced partition by keyword from the 10 version 10. So we'll do one thing. We'll do the automatic partitioning. Manual partitioning, just for your knowledge purpose, I covered trigger, function, integration. That's it. Okay. Inheritance. Now let me drop this table. I don't want. Now see how I will do automatic partitioning. Come here first. Create table. From 10 onwards, automatic partitioning came, right? Partition by keyword. Create table measurement. One measurement table creating. City ID is there. Log date, peak temperature, unit sales. 4 columns. Partition by range. Log date based on the log date. See which is the partition column here? Partition column.
Log date.
Log date. Out of 4 columns, I want to split the table data as a partitions based on the log date column. Now we will create the partitions. See first /d plus measurement table. It has 4 columns. Partition by key. See partition by key, range, log date column. Number of partitions 0. Okay. Let me create first. See what I am doing. 7 months data. For example, 2021, right? January, February, March, like that. 7 months, 7 tables I am creating. 7 tables. See clearly, the create table measurement month 1, partition of measurement table for values from Jan 1st to Jan 31st. Okay. So like that every month, 7 months data, I created a 7 tables. See, 7 child tables, 7 partitions. Sorry. So where is the column actually? Here is the very important. Create table, table name, partition of. On which table we are creating partitioning? Measurement table. I am creating the partition. Which values? For example, July 1st to July 31st, which table? Month 7. Okay, like that actually. /D plus measurement table. If you see the measurement table, how many partitions created? See, 7 partitions created, right? This one contains 7 partitions. So now, the beautiful thing, if I create index actually, say before that, I will get the select relation name from PG class where void in select partition relation ID from PG partition table. PG partition table will give you partition table name. Okay, partition table parent name it will give actually. So that is the reason I told last time. PG underscore partition table will give you partition tables list, right? Yeah. So measurement table is there. Once you got the parent table, automatically you will get all the child tables, right? All the partitions. See, I got it actually. So right now we don't have any indexes. /di. We don't have any indexes. Let me create index on the parent table. We'll see. Create index on the measurement table log date column. Okay. On top of measurement table log date column, I am creating index. See how many indexes will create. If you create one partition index, all the child table index created or not? Month 1, month 2, month 3, month 4. See, every table it created index, right? So that is the beauty in PostgreSQL actually. You no need to create each and every child table index separately. If you create index on the partition column, it will create index on the underlying child tables as well. Okay. For example, see drop index. If I'm dropping this index, parent table index, see, so gone. For all child tables also it's gone. We'll keep it. Okay. Anyway, I'll keep it. See, if I create index on the parent, all child tables index is there. Now what I will do at any time actually, if you want to detach the partition, hey, I don't want to keep this table as part of partitioning. Yes, can. So here, if you see almost 7 months data, right? I can detach month 2, for example, see, D plus measurement table. So month 1, month 3 is there. Where is the month 2? Month 2 gone, right? So like that, I can detach the partition as well. So if I want, I can attach it again actually. See, alter table name, attach partition, month 2 for values from February 1st to same as earlier. You need to give the condition. Then only you can able to add it. D plus measurement table. See, I have added the month 2 again actually. Okay. Like this, we'll do the partitioning by range column. So see, both the links I given. One is manual partitioning and one is automated partitioning. Both links I given actually. Okay. Now I'm going with a different kind of partitioning. This is based on which column? Value or date or number? Which column? Based on which column I'm doing partitioning? Measurement table. Measurement table based on which column? Date column or normal value?
Date column.
So that's the reason we will call it as a range, right? Date column. From one date to another date, we will call it as a range partitioning. This time not like that.
Ram, like you divided the table into partitions. So whether it is stored in a separate file in the base directory, each and every partition, or it will be in the same.
No, it's
you're talking
partition.
actually. Yeah, each one has its own storage. Parent table will not occupy any space. Okay.
Okay.
Parent table will not occupy any space. Remember that one.
Okay.
Yep. You can easily get it from /dt plus also. Let me show you. That one I'll show you now. See, so one is the based on the range, right? Second one, based on the input value also I can do that. For example, 1,000 people are there. 1,000 people. I have only 3 rooms, okay? Section A, section B, section C. So in that case, what I can do? I don't know how to split the guys. Easiest way, I will keep 355, 355, 355 seats. Okay. Seat 1, 355 seats contain A, 355 contains B, 355 contains almost 320 something C. So I throw in that seats. Whoever getting A, they should go to room number A. Whoever getting B, they should go to room number B. That is my strategy. Here also same thing. I told actually, hey, if you are getting value number 1, if you are getting, you need to go to room number 1. If you get number 2, you need to go to now room number 2. Like that, I'm saying clearly. Okay. List partitioning based on the input value, where I need to go, it will decide. See, this time little bit different I'm creating actually. I'm creating one table first. This time the table, I'm using the sequence. For one of the column, I'm using the sequence. How sequence will be used in a table, we'll see. I'm creating one sequence. See, create sequence, right? I'm creating one sequence. Then I'm creating one table. In the table for key column, I'm using which one? Sequence. That means you no need to insert data into key column next time. Automatically it will get from the sequence. Okay. Timestamp column, input ID. So if you observe, I'm creating one collections table. The collections table 4 columns. Select star from collections. See here, 4 columns. Key, yes, timestamp, input ID, value. Total 4 columns. Anyone can tell me which is the partition column out of this 4? Which is the partition column?
Input ID.
Input ID. Input ID is the partition column. Which data type? Integer data type. Correct, right? Remember that one. Out of 4 columns, this is the partition key column. Whatever the data you are inserting for this input ID column, that is the matter. That is the main thing. We'll see. Now I'm giving alter sequence collections key. Alter sequence name owned by collections table key column. See, I'm clearly saying in the collections table key column, I will not insert any data. Hey, sequence, you take care about that. Like that I'm saying. Okay, done. Now see, I'm creating 2 partition tables. Create table input underscore 1 partition of collections table 4 columns for values in 1. For values in 1. Second table, create table input 2 partition of collections for values in 2. Hey, I don't know. Can someone explain what exactly this is? These 2 tables meaning what is that? I am creating 2 tables, input 1, input 2. If anyone is inserting value 1 for input ID, all the record will go to where? Input 1 table. If anyone is inserting input ID value 2, that values go to input 2 table. Okay. Based on the input value, your complete location will be changing. Now see, B plus collections table. Collections table has how many partitions? 2 partitions, input 1 and input 2. Let me insert data. See, I'm inserting data into parent table, collections table. I have inserted. Okay. If you observe, actually, first one timestamp. Anyway, key column no need to insert, right? Timestamp. Second thing, input ID. Third one, value. So input ID 111, 3 records. Input ID 2, 3 records. See now, select star from input underscore 1. It contains 3 records. Input ID 2, it contains 3 records actually. If you are inserting input ID 2, it will go to input 2 table. If you are inserting input ID 1, it will go to input 1 table. Okay, like that. Based on the input value, it will decide its which table I need to go. That is the value based partitioning. So now see what I can do. For example, if someone is trying to insert data with the input ID value 3, see, someone is trying to input ID value 3. Anyone can tell me, will it work or not work?
No, it will not.
It will not work. Why? You have 2 partitions, only one table for input ID 1, another table for input ID 2. If you are trying to insert input ID 3, it will throw error. Okay. So what I can do now? If I want to insert input ID 3 as well, I need to create one more table, one more partition table. Which one? Create a table, input ID 3, right? Input ID 3, partition of collections table for values in 3. So if anyone is inserting input ID 3, see, now D plus collections table. 3 partitions, right? 3 partitions. So like that actually, okay? You can add it. Now check, as you said, where is data storing? See, partitions table, main table, collections table, what is the size? What is the size?
0.
0 bytes. Where is the data then? Data in the partition tables, right?
Yes.
So in partitioning, parent table will not contain any size actually. One more thing also you can get it, pg underscore relation underscore file path of which table? Input 1 table. Edit this one, input 1, input 2, input 3. Okay, let's go to collections table. So if you remember, each table has its own data file or same data file.
1.
Each partition has its own data file. Parent table has any data file? No, right? Like that. Parent table will not occupy any space. Now see, this is very important thing. How to take the dump of a partition table? You need to do like this. Dump, pg dump. You need to take the backup like a insert statements, SQL statements. -t, parent table, collections table, -t, input 1, -t, input 2, input 3. Dump as HTML. How many child partitions you have? You need to mention all child partitions. Okay, then only you can able to take the dump actually. But while restoring, simple. PSQL-F dump file name. Okay. And one more thing. Another guy asking with a different concern. Hey Rambab, I have an existing table. It has a 12 months data. I want to create partitioning on the table. Is it possible normally? Normal table is there. 12 months data is there. You want to create the partitions on the table. It will not work, right? What you need to do? Keep the normal table as it is. Whatever the partitions you want, with the partitions you create a table. Okay? You create a partition table, then insert data into that partition table. Okay? 1 minute. Then insert data from your original table to partitions table. Remember that. Then automatically it will do the splitting. See, employee table is there, right? For example, normal table. Then I am creating partition table. See, create table employee new, that one columns to partition by whatever it is. Then for that partition table, I am creating 2 child tables, 2 partition tables. Then I am inserting data into newly created empty table into empty table from the data where I am taking from the main table. So while inserting, data will be split across the partitions. Then simply you can drop the employee table. Okay, you can get the partition tables. And one more important thing, if you perform vacuum on the parent table, it will work. Vacuum on the parent table will work actually. But if you perform vacuum, what is happening? Vacuum happening on the child tables. Why? As parent table don't have a physical file, right? It's applying on the child table. But coming to analyze, see here. If you're doing analyze actually, sorry, yeah. If you do analyze, even parent table also analyze happening, right? See, T plus tables are there. Now, vacuum collections table. If I do vacuum parent table, right? So see, select schema name username from stat user tables. So vacuum performed on only child tables. But if I do analyze on the parent table, it will be for parent table and child table. Both it will perform analyze. See this corner. Okay. Vacuum only for physical objects. That is the reason vacuum not performing on the parent table. So this is the way we'll do the partitioning. Will do means developers will do. You will not do this kind of things actually. Okay. Creating partition tables, managing content conditions, choosing the type, that and all developers will do. But while doing, if a developer with a very lack of knowledge, if we trying to create the table, definitely will do a lot of mistakes. Simply that guy will send the screenshot. No matter whether that guy knows how to do or not, no matter. As a DBA, you should help it. No chance. You have to make sure things are working fine. Whether it is syntax error or whether it is a complete design error, whatever it is, DBA is the responsible one, right? That's the reason you should aware how the partitioning is happening and all. Okay, yeah. Now this is one development concept, partitioning inheritance. Okay, now I'm entering into the one more development concept. Dblink. If you see from starting itself, I'm saying, right, Dblink. Anyone can tell me what is the purpose of Dblink? Dblink purpose.
Get the details from another
Cross DB connection.
cross DB connection. Yes.
You are in one database. You want to access data of another database table. Normally, is it possible? Straightforward, not possible, right? In PostgreSQL, not only PostgreSQL, even Oracle, MS SQL, wherever it is not possible actually. What database you have connected, you can access data from that database only, right? If you try to access from different one, it will not work. Okay. So what I can do now, see, I will go with the Dblink concept actually. To access data from different database, right? Let me. Nowadays, actually, this became fashion. Everyone asking DBM only. Developers, very intelligent people. Hey, please help me to create Dblink. What you will do? No option for you. You need to create. Don't think I will not get development work like that. Everywhere they are giving development work as well. Okay. Especially Dblink, partitioning, that are the basic things. You cannot escape from there actually. Okay. That's the reason. Please at least focus the things actually. Still, if you get doubt, we'll see. Okay. See, first I'm doing one thing. I'm creating two users. One is user one, super user. So create another user. So out of these two users, who is the selfish guy? Out of these two users, who is the selfish guy?
User two.
Selfish guy. Selfish guy. Super user. Why he needs super user? He want to do more, right? First user one is the super user. I given super user privilege. That means he can do anything, right? So he is the selfish guy. So we'll see. User one, user two is there. This idiot user one is there, right? His intention is whatever the things user two creating, he want to access. Whether it is same database or different database, user one target is I want to access that user two's objects. Okay. So that's the reason I created this guy as a super user, more selfish guy. Now we'll see. I am granting user two to user one. Whatever the activities user two doing, right? I'm giving permission to user one. So now I'm creating one database DB2 owner user two. See, DB2 owner, who is the owner? User two. User two is the owner. Now see, let's exit, login with user two, PSQL user two -d DB2 database. For DB2 database, 1 minute. Yeah. So for user two guy connected to DB2 database. He is the owner. He can connect, right? See, /c database DB2 user two connected to the DB2 actually. Okay. So he connected. Let him create one table. User two creating one table. Create table FOO, and he is inserting some data. Inserting data. Okay. Done. Select star from FOO. Who is the owner of this table? Owner of the table. DT plus FOO. Who is the owner? Owner is the user two, right? User two, my table in the which database? DB2 database. Exit. For example, I have logged into Postgres database. If I do DT, drop table. Let me. Actions cascade. Okay. For example, if I want to do select star from FOO, why table not existed? Any reason? So I created table in the different database, but I'm checking in Postgres database. It's wrong, right? So we'll do one thing. You want to access as a user one. I want to access. For that, what I need to do? Dblink is an extension. Create extension Dblink. Dx will print extensions, right? See, Dblink 1.2 version connected to other PostgreSQL database from within a database. He will be in same database. He want to access the different database. For that purpose, Dblink extension, right? So let me do one thing. Whenever you have created a Dblink, you need to create a remote server. You need to create a user mapping, then only it will work. How to create a server? See, create server, any name you can give. Create server, server name, anything fine. Foreign data wrapper, it's a mandatory from one database to another database, right? So for that, we need a foreign data wrapper. So create server, server name, foreign data wrapper, wrapper name, anything you can give. Options mandatory. Which host? My target database running on the 201 server. Which database? DB2 database, 425432. You need to mention the which database details. Target database details. Okay. I created a server, created a foreign data wrapper, and foreign data wrapper options also there. Okay. At the same time, I'm creating user mapping for user one. User one is the culprit one, right? So that's the reason creating user mapping for user one, server, server name. Need to give the options. Which options? User two password RAM 12345. Okay. So I'm mapping user one and user two. I'm mapping with remote server. You created a server, right? That is very important. You need to mention the server name correctly, or else mapping will not happen. Later, grant usage on the foreign server to user one. See, foreign server created with a Postgres user. So on that server, I'm giving usage privilege to user one. Okay, these are the three things. One is foreign server, foreign data wrapper, user mapping, grant usage. 4 things you need to do. That's it. Now you do one thing. Which user actually want to access the database? User one, right? So that is the reason in the HBA config 14 data 15, right? 15 data VIPG underscore HBA config escape shift Z C escape I local, for example, all databases which user one, or else give all users give trust for some time. Okay, trust. So I don't want this one, previous one. Escape I escape colon WQ, just PGCTL reload. User PGSQL 15 bin PGCTL -d varlib PGSQL 15 data reload. Okay, just do reload. Now do one thing, log in this guy with a PSQL -u user one. Okay, log in with user one. So why? Okay, database -d Postgres database. So user one connected to Postgres database. Now he want to access the FOO table from DB2. So for that, which feature you need to use? Dblink need to use. Whenever you have decided to use a Dblink, first you need to create a connection. See, select Dblink connect. This is the function name. Dblink connect. It will create a connection name, my connection, any name fine, connection name. To which server? DB2 remote server. DB2 remote server, I am creating a connection with the name of my connection. See, so connection okay or not? Connection okay. Second thing, now select the data. Straightforward, you cannot select. Select star from FOO, not possible. Select star from Dblink connection name. From which table you want to access data? FOO table. Directly not possible. You should return as a T. Any value okay. You should return as something. Each column name table. If 2 columns are there, 2 columns, their data types you need to mention. In FOO column, I have one column FOO data, integer data type. See, integer data type, it will print like this one. See, FOO data. While creating the table, come here, little bit scroll up, FOO table. While creating FOO table, ID column I given, right? So that ID column, you can print as a ID also fine. See, ID also fine. Or else simply I will give Rambabu. Whatever it is, column name, how you want to display, like that you can display in Dblink. For example, if 2 columns are there, ID, then you need to mention everything. ID integer, employee name, varchar, data types, exactly data types also need to mention. Then only your select will work actually. Okay, like that. So And one more interview question, certification question. Dblink will support which operations? Select, insert, delete, update. How it will support insert? See, for select dblink function, for insert dblink execution. See, select dblink execution, connection name, I am inserting data into F table. See, insert at the same time, make it 600. So your insert also working. Now do select again. See, 500 to 600 printed, right? So with dblink I can do insert, update, delete also. Okay. If you want to check the details, select star from PG user mappings. Last time I told we can get user mappings details. See, user 1 is the user name, user mapping mapped with user 2. Password printing, that is the wrong one actually. Security concern. Server, DB2 remote server. User mapping, foreign data wrapper also. Select star from PG foreign data wrapper. Foreign data wrapper details and foreign server. How you created a foreign server, the details you can get it. See, this is my foreign server options. Okay. And one more thing, foreign data wrappers you can get from information schema. See here, like this actually. Okay. And one more thing, current connection details, if you want to print it, select dblink, get connection. What are the connections created? You will print it. If you remember in information schema and PG catalog tables, I told, right, we will cover dblink related details later. See, this is the dblink related details actually. Okay. So like that, I can get the dblink details. So in real time, there might be chances for reporting purpose. From one table, one database, they want to access the another database table. Okay. In that case, you can create a simply dblink actually. This is the way. Okay. Now I will go to the another development concept, small concept actually, small one.
So Ram, here the password it is printing. So how can we avoid that?
We cannot actually. That's a drawback.
Okay.
Actually. Password
Okay.
user mapping options you cannot encrypt.
Okay.
One of the drawback actually. It should not be like that. It's a very security problem, right? Yep. Security concern actually. I don't know. I have not done in Oracle Dblink user mapping options how it's printing. If anyone have interest, try in Oracle once. I don't know. Same, they're also printing or they are encrypting. I don't know. So now I am going with the transaction isolation levels. See, if you are attending interview for any foreign country, US, UK, Canada, Germany, Europe, Singapore, any foreign country, if you are appearing for interview, without this question, interview will not happen. They don't want any this one actually. Hey, you come and do in the laptop practical session, that kind of things they will not ask. Definitely within the half an hour interview, they will ask this question. What is Mvcc? What are the acid properties? How you will achieve Mvcc in the current setup? Okay, current database. How database is giving guarantee about Mvcc? This question definitely will come. So first, what is the acid properties? Any RDBMS database, relational database. Database which is managing data in the table format, right? Any RDBMS, definitely it will support the acid properties, right? What is the purpose of acid properties? To keep the database consistent, safe, secure, to maintain cross recovery strategies without having any data loss. Okay. So acid properties will play a key role. What are the acid properties? A means atomicity, C means consistency, I means isolation, D means durability. Atomicity, consistency, isolation, durability. Total 4 properties. Okay. By using these 4 properties, actually, database giving complete stabilization to the user. We'll see how it is giving. First, what is that? Atomicity. Atomicity in the sense database, see here. First, before talking about atomicity, I will tell one thing. What is transaction? Anyone can tell me? Transaction means single statement or it can be multiple statements?
Multi-statement.
Yes, it can be. It can be single or it can be multiple statement, right? For example, transaction means actually it is a piece of work. Okay, piece of work or unit of work, which is maybe group of more than single statement actually. See, begin transaction, end transaction is there. In middle, update, insert, delete is there. So its complete set, we call it as a transaction. Okay, in middle lot of statements are there. So begin and in middle lot of statements are there. We will call it as a transaction. Right now I have how many transactions here? 2 transactions, right? So for example, if you go to atomicity in the sense it's a all are non-proposition. All are non-position. That means suppose if you are running one transaction, that transaction contain update, insert, delete. 2 completed successfully. If third one fail, what will happen? First 2 also will roll back. If 3 complete, then only complete. If single one failed also, complete rollback. That is the reason atomicity giving guarantees about either commit all. If commit, all commits. If rollback, all will roll back. It will never keep your database in a half finished way. Okay, it will never leave your database in a half finished way. Remember that. That is who is taking care actually? Atomicity. Next one, consistency. For example, you have a primary key table, you have a foreign key table. See here. You have a primary key table first. Exit, PSQL, you have a primary key table, employee table, primary key. You have a foreign key table, department. If you are inserting data into employee table, sorry. If you are inserting data into department table first, will it work or not? It will throw error. Why? If you want to insert data, first insert into which table? Primary key table. Then you can insert into department table. It's possible. Okay. If you want to delete data from primary key table first, delete from employee. Is it possible or not possible? It will fail. As part of primary key foreign key relation, always insert should happen on the primary key table first. Deletion should happen on the child table first. So who is bothering about this consistency? My consistency. As part of ACID properties, consistency is there, right? It is bothering about my consistency actually. Okay. It is making sure nothing is orphan. Nothing is orphan. Nothing is going wrong. All the process should be following in the order. That consistency part taken care by C. Then isolation. If Asif running one transaction, Rambabu running one transaction, both transactions should be handled as a separate or same. Normally, 2 transactions are there. Rambabu running one transaction, Kasif running one transaction on the same table. Will it mess up or will it treat as a different? Isolation means even though 2 different users running on the same table, 2 different transactions, it will treat like a separate transaction only. That is, we will call it as a isolation. Next one, durability. Durability in the sense, for example, you are doing something. You are doing some activity on the server. Okay. Suddenly server got crashed. Whenever next time reboot happening or restart happening, first what it will do? Server will go to which mode?
Read to apply log mode. It will apply read to log.
Recovery mode. It will go to recovery mode. It will apply all the pending changes, right?
Yes.
Pending changes. Yeah. So that means who is tracking all these things? Pending changes are there. For the next time startup, I need to do recover. Who is taking care? Durability guarantees that. Durability guarantees that all the pending changes during crash, it will track each and every pending change. For the next startup time, it will apply and it will recover the database. Okay. Durability guarantees that. Now we know that atomicity means either complete or fully rollback. Consistency, it will never leave a orphan records or orphan entries. Isolation means it will treat 2 different transactions, 2 transactions as a independent. Durability guarantees all pending changes actually. Okay. Now This one actually, how the transaction management happening. My MVCC means multi-value concurrency. If two users at a time accessing same table, same row, locking will happen. How the mechanism is internally managing. Okay, how the mechanism internally managing, we need to see. For that, we have a concept called transaction isolation levels. What is that? Transaction isolation levels. Anyone tell me default which transaction isolation level? Default.
Row level.
Transaction isolation level. So transaction isolation level. Okay. Read committed. Read committed. That means whatever the data committed, that data only visible for all other users. Correct, right? Whatever the data committed, that data only visible. See what I will do here. Very simple. Let me take this one. Same server duplicate session I'm taking. Duplicate session. Root ROM. Okay. Let me change the color. Same session. Same settings, colors, default background, modify. For example, C. Okay. Let's go with OK and apply. Okay. Same sessions. 201, 201 only. SU-Postgres. Okay. Create table. Employee number 1, number integer. Okay. Insert into employee values. For example, 1. Okay. So select star from employee. So here 1 is there. If I run select star from employee here, what will happen? What will happen? It will print records or 0 records.
Print, it will print.
Why?
Because the
I
data
have
is
inserted in this session, right? Why it is printing here?
it is committed.
It's committed. So that means default C here. For example, begin. I'm doing in the transaction. Insert into EMP values 2. Okay. Select star from employee. So rows. If I do select star from employee, 1 row displaying. What is the reason?
It's committed locally.
Not committed.
So it's
Even
not committed.
locally.
Left side not
Locally
committed.
also.
Still we are in the transaction mode. Now
Yes.
you need to decide commit or rollback. You need to decide. So as it is not committed, it's not appearing to anyone, right? So default read only committed, right? Read committed. If committed, only committed transaction will be visible to all actually. See, now I'll do commit here. It's committed. Now check the records actually, 2 records printing. This behavior due to read committed. Okay. Read committed transaction isolation level. Now one guy told actually here Ambabu committed transactions. Okay. Now today I'm going to give a presentation. Okay. I'm going to give presentation. So my presentation will be 2 hours. Every 10 minutes I will do select star from employee once as part of presentation. Okay. See, select star from employee every time we'll run this one. First 10 minutes 10 records. Next 10 minutes 15, next 20, 25, 30. Keep on for every 10 minutes. If I'm running a statement, keep on 5 records increasing. Then what about this one? Audience. They will get confused, right? Hey, 10 minutes back for 10 records only. Now 15, now 20. Seems something going wrong. Like that, they will get confusion, right? So that is the reason during presentations and all, during some sensitive areas, I don't want to see the different data for each run. For every run, I want to show same data. In that case, I can go with one more transaction isolation level, set, begin transaction isolation level, repeatable read. Whether that guy committing or not, I will not bother. For me, until I'm end of my session, same records. See, records, right? For example, here inserting 2, 3, 4, select star from employee. See how many records? 6 rows are there. These are committed or not committed? All are committed. So normally it should display here as all are committed. But here if you see same data, keep in mute please. Same data it is still showing actually. Old data. Why? This is due to repeatable read. Repeatable read will take a maintenance snapshot. From the old snapshot only it will print the data. That is the repeatable read transaction isolation level. I have one more transaction isolation level. Serializable. So for example, me and Karthik is there. We both are there. My manager came and asked Rambabu, you go and update the one table. Wherever one is there, value one is there, you just update wherever two is there. Wherever employee number 2 is there, you just update the value as 100, for example. So I am going to update the table. Immediately, he informed to Karthik as well. Hey, Karthik, go and I given wrong information to Rambabu. You go and update the table. Wherever 2 is there, make it 200. Okay. So who is the latest? Whose value should be latest? Karthik 1 or Rambabu 1? Karthik 1. Karthik has the latest update, right? So, but bad thing, Karthik reached the laptop first. Karthik updated the value and he left. Now Rambabu, if he is trying to do the update, what will happen? Update will fail. Wherever number equal to 2, there is no right already updated. Rambabu will become panic. So that is the reason whenever parallel updates happening, right? Safe side you maintain a separate transaction isolation level that is serializable. It will give you hint. Parallelly, if two people updating same row at a time, it will give a conflict. Who is connected first, for him only, it will give priority. See, for example, again, that side guy, update the employee table, set number equal to 100, where number equal to 2. So it's committed or not committed? Not committed. Right side come, PSQL began transaction isolation level serializable. Okay, serializable. Same. Now I am trying to update employee table, set number equal to 200, number equal to 200, where number equal to 2. Okay, number equal to 2. I am trying to update. It will complete or it will hang? It will hang. Why? I given transaction isolation level serializable. I am clearly saying to the system, hey, parallelly, if anyone update operation in middle, you don't proceed. Okay, so that means it will wait for this transaction, waits for left side transaction confirmation. If I do rollback, here it will be successful. If I do commit, it will fail. For example, I'll do commit, left side commit. What it is saying? Could not serialize access due to concurrent update. Someone is trying to update the same operation. Okay, same row. So please check. That means then I will ask my manager, hey, seems someone updated. Someone is doing update operation. That's the reason I'm not able to do that. Then take clarification, take confirmation, then you can proceed actually. At least you are giving some hint, right? Due to concurrent update actually. That one you can achieve with the begin transaction isolation level serializable. You may get a doubt. Hey, through application, if I want to go with a repeatable read, what I can do? Very simple. In their SQL statements, first statement, they will keep it as a what transaction they want actually, they will keep it. Begin transaction isolation level, serializable or repeatable read, like that, they will mention it actually. Okay. This is the way we will achieve the Mvcc. Mvcc with transaction isolation levels, repeatable read committed, and serializable. Okay, serializable. These are the 3 ways actually. Yeah. So for today we'll wind up. Now you can ask the questions. Total 3 concepts, right? Dblink, partitioning, transaction isolation levels. You can ask questions now.
Is there any deadlock? What we can